morning. Happy Trails MTV. It's not even 6 a.m. yet. So what are we doing? Today we're going to be doing 5 morning routines that help you win the day. And the way I do that is by starting to make my bed first thing in the morning. So we're going to make our bed. Why do we make the bed? Why is this one important? Because it's a task. Oh, here comes the trail dog. Gotta say hi to him. Hey, Bob. Morning, buddy. Good morning. Making your bed is a task. And by completing one task, that leads to completing another task, and then another, and then another. And it's just a way to start your day with productivity. Maverick. Come on, bud, I gotta make the bed. Stay tuned for task number 2. All right, so the next thing we gotta do for our morning routines is drink salt water. I don't like, some people will just, this is probably the cheap way to do it. Do some pink Himalayan salt and some water. I prefer Element. Why Element? It gives me all the salt I need, 1,000 milligrams, but it also has magnesium and potassium. Why are we doing this? Why are we drinking salt water first thing? Because, see, still very groggy here. The electrolytes help get your brain neurons firing and absolutely gives you an assist with cognitive function. So this is our next step. And while I am not endorsed by Element, they have awesome flavors, monthly shipping program. I just set it and forget it. Right now I'm drinking grapefruit. This is a good one. Okay, ready for next? Our next task is light exposure. And this is kind of a double whammy because we're going to do light exposure plus a walk. Okay, Maverick. Why is light exposure first thing so important? It's so important because it sets your circadian rhythm for the day. And again, there's neurons in the back of your eyes that respond to the sunlight. And it helps set that clock. And the more sunlight you get more quickly, the more productivity you're gonna have that day. Now, where am I getting these things from? Other than the making your bed, most of this routine I picked up from Dr. Andrew Huberman. He's a neuroscientist from Stanford, and he's got a lot of good tips and tricks. I've been doing this for about 6 months and I've noticed a huge difference in cognitive function and energy levels. We do have a nice bright morning, so about 10 minutes is all you really need. What if it's cloudy? Well, you may need 20 to 30 minutes. What about in the winter? Kind of the same thing. What I do in the winter is I go downstairs, I'm the first one up, and I throw on all the lights downstairs. 'Cause it's not as good as sunlight, but you gotta work with what you got. The fourth thing we like to do is cold exposure. Every day I like to jump in the plunge. And I do 3 minutes. 50 is a good temperature, so if you can get your water to 50 or below, you're in good shape. Set my timer and get started here. Now we do this because what you just saw me getting in is hard. I don't like doing it ever. So it provides a dopamine hit. Some of the other benefits are increased testosterone production and general muscle recovery. What you don't want to do is an ice bath right after strength training if you're into hypertrophy, because it will not allow your muscles to grow ordinarily. So then you might want to look at heat exposure, such as a sauna post-workout. That's what I do. But I do start every day in the bath, 3 minutes a day. All right, the last thing we're doing is delaying our caffeine intake. It's been about 90 minutes since I've woken up, and I like to delay my caffeine intake by 90 to 120 minutes. Let's be real, it's 90 minutes. And the reason I do that is because it helps regulate cortisol and adenosine. What does that mean? Well, I'm not a neuroscientist like Dr. Andrew Huberman, but what that means is it's going to delay the afternoon crash or prevent it altogether, because the way it interacts with your cortisol and adenosine levels, delaying that caffeine intake, it's going to make it so that you don't have the afternoon crash. So, and what we like to do here for a little added bump in energy is bulletproof coffee. So we mix our coffee and grass-fed butter. Sounds crazy? Tastes great. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something about our morning routine and how it helps me win the day. It sets me up for success. Hopefully you'll try it too. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, drop them below and I'll respond as I can. Thanks a lot.